Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Postmortem of the OpenRCT2 Series. Amethyst here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the series in general. And by that I mean I'll be sharing my general thoughts about the series, the scenarios I despised or hated, and the scenarios that actually made me smile and enjoy the game outright. So without further ado, let's just get this party started by talking about my general opinions. So my general opinions on the whole entire series is well, it started off pretty well for the most part, just a few episodes here and there, and just not trying to rush things too hard. However, when I started uploading the videos in bulk, my opinion on the series quickly changed. And what I mean by that is that it just became tiresome. Because as I said before, I was starting to get burned out on the game, and that started to show because I wasn't as enthusiastic anymore. And when I'm not as enthusiastic, things just don't really work out too well, as I'm sure you can imagine. But overall, the series did turn out pretty well, even if it wasn't quite even if it wasn't quite 100% perfect. But hey, I did the best that I could under the circumstances. Overall, the series was pretty fun, especially with fan challenges. But overall, it just I just got burned out too quickly, and as I mentioned before, being burned out and trying to finish the series is not exactly very fun, especially when your enthusiasm isn't as high anymore. Next up, the scenarios that I just absolutely despised. One of the scenarios that I absolutely despised was, surprise surprise, Amity Airfield. And if you played the game before, you'll know exactly why Amity Airfield is such a turd. Amity Airfield was one of the very first scenarios that made me think maybe this series isn't quite what it's cracked up to be. Now, not only was Amity Airfield one of the very first parks that I did, but Amity Airfield just kind of said, "Screw you, Amethyst," and it wound up being the longest scenario in the series by about a good 10 minutes. Not to mention the fact that the 3,000 guest requirement was just a little bit ridiculous. It's not one of the absolute worst. It's not one of the absolute worst things I've ever endured, but it wasn't exactly very fun either. Another scenario that really got on my nerves for all the wrong reasons was Reshium's Park, the Muffin Apocalypse. It's always known as Muffins After Midnight. And it isn't anything against Reshium at all, it's just that the game just decided to be a jerk. Again. Reshium's scenario was fun, entertaining, and just outright fair, but the game would like to digress. And what I mean by digress is that the game wanted to disagree with that motion. The game was just a jerk throughout that scenario, and even though the scenario itself was very fun and all that good stuff, it was just watered down by the game just wanting to be a general jerk. And let me tell you, a game being a general jerk is just not fun. And I'm sure most of you can attest when a game decides to be a jerk that you're just like, well, why in the world is this game being mean to me? I haven't done anything wrong to it, so what the heck's going on? Reshium's scenario was just basically the epitome of that thinking for all the wrong reasons. Overall, Reshium's scenario wasn't difficult or unfair, it's just that the game made it unfair for all the wrong reasons. And one of the other scenarios that I despise eyes for another bad reason. And another one that another one that I despise for all the wrong reasons would be Amy's scenario, the Roselands. The Roselands was another case of the game just saying, screw you, Amethyst. And why do I say that? Well, the objective of 2,500 guests in the park with unlimited funds and a park rating of above 700 isn't too bad. But when the game actively wants to attack you and generally want to make you cry, it's not exactly what we like to call a very fun situation. Let's just put it that way. Again, there was nothing against the person who sent it in to me, Amy Rosalia. I always know it as simply just Amy, but holy cow, did the game just wanted to hate me. Again, it wasn't even the fact that it was that difficult. It was one of the better scenarios that I played, but the game just wanted me to just, I don't know, flip a table or something with how annoying it was. It was just wrong on so many aspects that it wasn't even hilarious. So again, much like Reshium's scenario, it wasn't a case of a difficult of a scenario being hard. It was just that the game just wanted to just be a jerk to me for no discernible reason. Which, to be honest, is just downright mean. And now we come to the part where I talk about scenarios that I actually like and then want me to rip my hair out. One of those scenarios that actually made me have fun instead of just ripping my hair out would be Ecojum's scenario. I always known as the Crystal Celebration. And the Crystal Celebration was very fun because it was actually very balanced. It wasn't too ridiculous. Everything worked out as it should, and overall, it just wasn't brutally difficult. Which, in my opinion, is certainly a lot better than the alternative of making me want to rip my hair out. Because let's face it, having a bird with no hair is just brutal. And luckily, we didn't have to incur such a travesty. Sure, the right selection was just a tiny bit odd, and the game once again tried to be a jerk to me, but overall, it wasn't that bad. Another one that I enjoyed for a little bit of a bizarre reason, and another one that I enjoyed for a bizarre reason, and would be the likes of Bumblebee Beach. Bumblebee Beach wasn't too exciting in the normal Let's Play, but in the Revisited where we got to just build up and over and just had fun with it, became very creative, just going up and over into the beach area and such. And overall, it wasn't that bad. So Bumblebee Beach may not have been too exciting in the Let's Play, but hey, at least it did its job well in the Revisited sideshow. And finally, the last scenario I want to talk about that and made me enjoy it was, of course, the very first one, Forest Frontiers. Forest Frontiers may have taken like 20 minutes in the Let's Play, but it wasn't because of anything too ridiculous. It was just simply because that was my first foray into OpenRCT2, and I just wanted to take my time with it instead of just trying to, kind of rush into it, just rush into it. another reason why I like Force Frontiers is because it's intentionally easy. It isn't anything it isn't anything downright ridiculous. It's just pure unadulterated fun, which is exactly what you would expect. Fun. Just pure fun and not any of the ridiculous stuff that you would see on a regular basis. Overall, overall, the entire series is a bit of a mixed bag for me. Sure, I had more stress myself by doing the revisits dice roll alongside the Let's Play, but overall it wasn't too terrible. Well, overall, it was just towards the end where everything just decided to pile up on top of one another like a you know what. And overall, all things just got intolerable after a while. For all the wrong reasons, as you can imagine. Anyway, anyways, that just about does it for the postmortem. I don't know if I explained the whole entire thing very well considering the circumstances, but at least we can finally put OpenRCT2 to bed for a while, and the only place that it will reside from now on will be over on Twitch, which at twitch.tv/m5phoenix. The Let's Play archives from Twitch will also be uploaded here too, but not on such frequent basis. It'll mostly just be whenever I stream, which I don't stream very often to begin with, so yeah, those particular uploads won't be very often, as I'm gonna be focusing more on the likes of like Birchcraft and other stuff. Maybe even expand to other games like Geometry Dash and stuff like that, because I actually do have a fairly decent collection of games that I can and possibly could record for YouTube. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. And if you like this little different type of video, you can let me know in the comments. Maybe you'll leave a like to see if you actually liked it or not. I know that sounds a little weird, but you know what I mean. And if you want to subscribe and stick around for the long haul, you can hit that little subscribe button and hit the little notification bell whenever I upload the videos. That way you won't be out of the loop. And I don't mean out of the loop like out of a vertical loop of the looping roller coaster. I just mean out of the loop like you're informed of the video beforehand. I probably didn't explain that very well, but hey, what are you gonna do? Ooh. And with that, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Ciao!